What's good? My name is Jeff.
And I'm Will.
Welcome to BrewBros. And we're back. All right, awesome. So today we're going to be trying the Brew A-Slo-Ha IPA, as you can see right here.
And we're going to be comparing that to the 32 North Brewing Company 75 and Sunny IPA.
We're going to give this a try, give it a rating, see what's good and what's not. And then after that, we'll recommend which one is the best one. Yeah. So with the power of editing and magic, we are going to pour ourselves some beers. And we're back.
How'd you do that?
Little here and little there. You already know, something simple. But anyways, so on the right we have the Slow Brew A-Slo-Ha IPA,
and on the left we have our 75 and Sunny IPA. And first thing to notice about each of these beers is obviously their appearance. The Tropical Haze Slow Brew IPA is a much lighter color than the 75 and Sunny IPA is.
Definitely. And I mean, just from giving them like a quick smell, you can already smell the aroma. This one smells a lot sweeter than the hazy IPA. However, this one for sure you can smell the citrusness within that specific beer. So Will, I am actually gonna let you choose. Which one should we try first?
You know, they both do look very enticing, but I think we're going to start off with the Slow Brew Hazy IPA.
Then let's start with that one. All right.
So, going back to the appearance of the A-Slo-Ha IPA, you can see that it's a hazy IPA. It obviously is not easy to see through, and this is pretty typical of hazies, which i.e. gives them their name. And so, with that, it typically means there's a lot more dissolved proteins actually in the beer itself, and which is often going to give it a pretty smooth mouthfeel as opposed to other IPAs, just because it's got a lot more body to the actual drink itself.
So are you saying that this one is not going to give you like that burn aftertaste in your throat?
I think so.
Yeah, because normally, like every time I've ever had an IPA, or if I've had Stone, that's the main one that I've got in this. But essentially, like when I drink an IPA, I normally feel like a burning sensation within the back of my throat. I don't know if you guys have ever had that, but for sure, every experience that I've ever had drinking an IPA, it always has like a slight tingle to almost like a slight burn, depending on how hoppy the IPA is.
And I think that with hazies, they've kind of gotten over that feeling, which is why, you know what? Let's go ahead and give it a try.
All right. So just as Will ended up choosing, we are gonna try the Slow Brew IPA, and we're gonna see what our initial thoughts about this. Okay. So from the first sip that I took, I could definitely taste the citrusness within the beer. You definitely get some hints of like orange, some grapefruit, a lot of different flavors that you would consider something that you would drink for the summer. It is like it says right there, it is a tropical hazy. So this would be great like if it's like over here right now, it's around like 90 degrees or something around there. So it is pretty hot. And drinking this would be something that would be very refreshing.
Yeah. And I think this beer definitely keeps true to the slow vibe, being on the beach, Central California, stuff
definitely.
Like that. Like for summer weather, just like what you said, immediately, as soon as I took that first sip, I could taste the sweetness of the IPA. And like you talked about earlier, did you get any of that bitterness out of the...
So I actually did not get any of the bitterness. The thing about this is because, just like Will said, there's a lot of protein that has been dissolved. It is a lot smoother for it to go down the throat. And it's a lot clean and crisp taste compared to other very strong IPAs. And for this one, it is actually 8.5%, which is surprising because normally when you think about beers that are very high in alcohol percentage, you're expecting them to be very strong, very very straight to the point, very pungent. However, this one's a lot smooth, it's a lot clean. After you drink it, it's like you never even drank anything before.
And so what's funny is that's actually a pretty common misconception with a lot of beers. And
Why
I think,
is that, Will?
It's. I'm glad you asked.
Definitely.
Ultimately, you know, beer and alcohol are made of yeast, or made by yeast, correct? Yes. And so in a lot of these hazy IPAs and other craft beers like that, ultimately they actually just add a lot of ingredients initially, so it gives the yeast a lot of food to eat and therefore create more alcohol. It doesn't necessarily actually mean that it's like a stronger beer. It just actually gives it that greater flavor, so it's able to kind of cover up that alcohol taste a little bit better, and which is why typically these hazies are so easy to drink.
And definitely, from the initial taste, rating it from a 1 to 10, let me give it one more try. I'll give this, for a hot summer day, I'll definitely give this around like an 8. It is definitely very good. I do recommend somebody to try this. And then, leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And then give us your initial thoughts of what you guys actually thought when you guys tried this beer. Is it something that you would also rate it an 8 or above, or even lower? Let us know, and we'll definitely take that into account next time. And so now, definitely now that we tried this one, why don't we try the 75 Sunny IPA?
Okay, so getting into the 75 Sunny, looking at the appearance initially, you can obviously see how much clearer this beer is than the hazy IPA. Understandably, they are named differently.
That is very true.
And so I think with it, initial impressions are that it's a pretty straight up IPA. I'm thinking that when we do give it a taste, like that hops are going to present themselves pretty quickly. There's going to be a lot less body to the beer, so the actual flavor of the hops and the ingredients themselves are really going to pop.
So do you think that like the aftertaste is going to stay within your throat and like it's going to stay within your tongue? So are you not going to be able to wash it off after one specific drink, or is it something that is going to easily be as easy drinkable like the slow brew?
Well, me personally, I actually do really like the hoppy flavor. I am an IPA drinker myself.
Okay.
And this one does have Mosaic and Zythos hops, which both taste fantastic.
So what's the difference between both? Do you know?
They both got their unique characteristics. Both have like some a bit of an earthy flavor and obviously that bitterness. But I personally enjoy that, and so I think these clear IPAs would be a good way to go if you're looking for that hoppy flavor.
I see. So personally, I'm not a very IPA drinker. I'm more of a dark beer, somewhat of a Guinness, so a porter or a stout drinker. However, I would drink this if it was offered to me. But likewise, we have this going on right now, so we are gonna give this a try, give this a rating, and see what we actually thought.
Okay. Cheers.
Wow. That's very surprising.
Yeah, genuinely. Yeah, that's different than I expected it to be. Okay.
What? Okay, so hold on.
It tastes very almost oaky. Like there
I definitely get that flavor.
Wow.
It tastes like a bit nutty.
Oh, there you go. I think that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, it's like a bit nutty, surprisingly, even though it is a hops. I mean, it is an IPA. It does not taste like one.
Yeah.
It is something very different. I've never tried an IPA like that.
Yeah, that's actually very unique. I haven't had one that has that sort of just general that mouthfeel. Like I can still taste it very well. I would say it's definitely not it's almost not even in the same classification as this tropical one. Because me personally, thinking about it, like if talking about hot summer days, just like it is right now, I think I'd rather go for the slow brewing over the standard IPA.
So I definitely agree. The slow brew definitely is something that I would drink on a hot summer day. However, this one, it does seem like it is something that you would essentially be drinking on any day occasion. It is something that, whether it's hot or cold, it'd still be delicious to drink.
Definitely.
Like I said, I'm not really a big IPA drinker. However, for the way this one tastes, it is extremely unique. I've never tried anything like this. So I would definitely recommend this one for anybody who is just like me, who is not that crazy or is that dedicated to drink IPA. However, for sure, it is something that is very unique within itself. From what I understand is that it was a limited edition, so I'm not sure if you guys will be able to try that one. However, it is something that if you guys do see it, I highly do recommend it. Yeah. So Will, what would you rate this?
I gotta say, it has a lot of flavor for an IPA. I think it definitely presents the hops forward and gives you that sort of experience that I think they're looking for out of an IPA. You know, all these mass-produced ones don't quite give you. They just put a couple hops in, and then just like what you said, it gives you that bitterness, like kind of burning back in the throat. I didn't get any of that feeling from this beer
I definitely didn't either.
Yeah, the flavor itself was very unique. So I would give this one definitely above average. I would say about a 7 out of 10.
A 7 out of 10. Okay. So for me, like I said, not the average IPA drinker. However, for me, I would actually give this around an 8.5. This is something that, like I said, you could drink it easily. It is nothing that is someone that doesn't drink IPA should be afraid to drink. This is something that is very smooth, it's very crisp,
very smooth,
crisp within the taste, and even the initial aromas. You could smell the hoppiness of it. However, there's more of an oak flavor on it. So definitely, like I said, it's something that I do recommend.
Absolutely. All right. So then, between these two beers, which one would you take right now?
Right now, let's see. Let me try both of them.
Any excuse, huh?
Double fisting? So, if you want something that's a lot easier to drink, something that is going to be like very well for a summer day, definitely I would go with the slow brew, the A-Slo-Ha IPA. That is my personal choice out of both of these. I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm just saying it depends on the occasion that you want to drink these. So for me, I would go for the slow brew IPA.
Yeah. And me personally, I would today, if I were to pick one, it would be the slow brew as well. For like a dinner or something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I think I would go with the 75 and Sunny. But I think at the end of the day, we're talking about what these companies want when you look at the can and what you're expecting out of it when you actually start drinking it, right? Like the 75 and Sunny, you expect that to be kind of a day drinking beer, right?
Oh, definitely.
And the same goes for the A-Slo-Ha IPA. And so that's why I think between these two, the A-Slo-Ha is the way to go.
So if you're playing any type of day games, so like beer die, as we would play, or beer pong, definitely if you're trying to go a little more on the expensive side, get a couple of these slow brew A-Slo-Ha IPAs. They will make sure that your thirst is quenched. Whatever, it's gonna be fulfilled, and it's gonna be a great day. Like I said, our recommendations would be for a hot day, for sure, the slow brew IPA, and then for any other occasion, especially for dinner, for sure the 75 Sunny IPA. That is our recommendations. If you guys want to comment, like, and subscribe, please go ahead. And if you guys have different opinions about both of these, which ones you would drink on a hot summer day, what is your personal preference, please let us know, and you guys will get notified when our next review is.
Yep, and feel free to like and subscribe.